So I've had this channel now for about 6 months now, and I think that this is an excellent time to actually stop and reflect on all the crazy, wonderful, weird, and ugly things that have been going on my channel for these first 6 months. We are going to talk about some experiences that have really surprised me, and also about the money that I have made, which, by the way, wasn't a lot, but it is a little bit, and so I figure that this is a good time to talk about that. For those of you who are new to my channel, or if you're just dropping by really quick just to check out this one video, my name is Betsy. I post videos about art, so basically art tutorials and doodle tutorials and things like that. First of all, the thing that actually surprised me the most when it came to my channel was just how quickly I was able to monetize it. I had heard for such a long time that it was really difficult to monetize a channel, that most people take a year to 2 years, and so that's exactly what I was expecting. However, it actually took me exactly 28 days, so exactly 4 weeks, when I was able to sign up for monetization. And that was just so crazy for me. I was keeping track every day, every single day. I was posting very, very often, so I think I was posting about 4 times a week. And I did that on purpose. I wanted to make sure that I knew what it would be like if I was just posting constantly, and it definitely was a lot of work. And so that was incredibly surprising, was just the amount of support and just wonderful comments that I got from people in those first couple of weeks, and honestly in the first couple of months, because that still wasn't very long ago. And so surprisingly, I monetized in exactly 4 weeks. Now, after that, I didn't get my first payout from YouTube immediately thereafter. It kind of takes maybe like another month or two before you really start getting paid. But once that first paycheck finally arrived, I think it was for about $800. And if I recall correctly, that first payout did not cover just a single month. I think it covered just a little bit more, just because of the way that things lined up. So that was really nice. It was a nice little payout. It really encouraged me to keep going and to keep kind of testing things out. And so I really appreciated that. So since we're talking about things that really surprised me, I think that the other thing, and I kind of already mentioned it a little bit, the other thing that really surprised me was just the overwhelming support and growth that the channel experienced in those first 3 months. So obviously, I monetized in 4 weeks, which means that I had already exceeded the minimum required for monetization, which was you had to have had, what was it? I think it's 1,000 subscribers is what you need. And I definitely exceeded that, but by quite a bit, actually. I had like several thousand by then. So what I was really just trying to hit in that last week 4, I think, I was just trying to hit those watch time hours. And when I finally hit them, I hit them and exceeded them really quickly. So I remember thinking that on day 27 or something like that, I was stressing out because I kept thinking, oh, I can monetize now, but it actually took the system another day or two before it finally recognized that I'd met the requirements, just because growth was happening so quickly. It was just insane. And so I was just kind of thinking about the kind of things that I draw, and I tend not to draw in time-lapse too often, like you see me doing right now. I have been testing out mostly just drawing basically in real time or close to real time, so that people can really see the process and really learn from what I'm doing. So that's what I've been doing most of the time. In the last month or two, I've been trying to do more live streaming, which I've put a pause on that right now. For those of you who've been following this channel for a good little while now, that's what's going on right now with the live streams. They're on pause. But I have tried so many different things out, and so in those first couple of months, there was just a ton of growth. But then, around the 4th or 5th month, I kind of had to slow down because I was getting really overwhelmed with just all the stuff that I was doing. And I also needed to back up from making so many videos because I started taking on some commissions. And so that was actually what became another source of income for me. And it's very surprising. I've had some commissions, and I've been working on other kind of projects. So for any of you who are thinking that maybe you want to have a YouTube channel and you want to do art, my experience definitely is proof that you can grow an art YouTube channel even now. It's the end of 2023 right now for me, 2024 is coming, and I have so many things planned. There's a lot of exciting stuff that I want to try, a lot of things I want to experiment with. So far on this channel, I mostly show art tutorials, but I've also been sharing videos about bookbinding and a few other things like that. So I guess, again, I'm trying it out. And it's just really nice being able to experiment and know that there are some people out there who want to see it, some people who want to get to know me, I suppose. So that was another one of those things that was very surprising. So another thing that really surprised me, and you're probably going to think that I'm a little dumb for this, was just the kind of comments that people write sometimes. So yes, I expected it. I really did expect it. I knew that when people are on the internet, they say some gross things sometimes. And so even though I expected it, still when it's directed at me, or if you ever end up doing this or you are doing this, when those comments are directed at you, oh my goodness, they feel different. And so I really just had to learn to deal with that. And I'm getting better about it. And I kind of learned to just kind of shrug my shoulders and go, oh well, sometimes people just say things. I suppose that mostly the thing that just really amazes me whenever it does happen, and like I said, it doesn't really happen all too often, is just how much people are prone to misinterpreting the things that I say, even though I say really nice things, and then still somebody will find a way to just totally misinterpret it and just think that I'm saying something absolutely, completely different, and it just blows my mind every single time. But if I had to choose one thing, I think that really just like I didn't expect was just how difficult it was going to be to deal with all the different modes of technology that I needed to use in order to make videos. I actually just got started using my phone. It's an Android, and I did okay with that, but I noticed that it was just really hard to find an app that I could do editing with. And then I tried one out and it didn't work. I tried a different one out, it didn't work. And so I felt like I was just constantly experimenting, trying different apps. And then I ended up switching to my iPad, and that worked. But then I had to get a new iPad, and then it's just trouble all the time, every day, just learning to find new apps and learning new functionalities within those apps. And maybe I'm just turning into an old lady or something, or maybe I've just always been an old lady. But I love technology. I really do love it. I love everything that can be created and made with it. But it was just so hard learning everything. And right now I'm even learning to use my computer. I'm learning to use new microphones and just blah, all of those things. And some of you are probably going to be able to relate. Like, it just feels like this huge burden. It feels like this huge, almost insurmountable mountain, like this big thing that I have to get past just to be able to make a video. And so for me, that was just a big thing. And so those are pretty much the things that surprised me, and I'm learning to get past them. I'm learning to grow. I'm learning to get better. So hopefully, if you have any questions for me, if there's anything else you'd like to ask me about my channel and my experience, in the end, the truth is I would still totally recommend it. I'm going to do it all over again. I would like to start more channels. I really do. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you have an excellent day, and I will see you in the next one.